Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another board game related video. And now we're taking a look at another expansion for Heat Pedal to the Metal, the car racing board game that came out in 2022, published by Days of Wonder, who are probably best known for publishing the popular Ticket to Ride series. And now this expansion, which has literally just this moment come through my door, is Heat Legends. This is a lot smaller than the other boxes, as it only contains cards, from what I understand. And there's my hand there, just to give you an idea just how small it is. If you've seen my hands in previous videos, in particular for those from Heat Pedal to the Metal, that'll give you an idea of just how much smaller this is compared to the other boxes used for that board game thus far. So if we look at the reverse side of the box, it gives you an overview of the contents. Not quite sure why it says 1 to 5 players there, given that the core game alone allows up to 6 players. So 36 legend cards, 36 power-up cards, 12 rival cards, 21 sponsorship cards and 1 rules booklet. And there's the usual thing about it not being a standalone game, and this actually points out that unlike the other expansions, there are no cars included in this one. So at its most basic, this allows the 3 cars from the 3 expansions to be controllable as controllable legends, because until this came out, only the 6 colours from the core game could be done in this way. But this also adds other abilities such as Legends racers being entitled to the Adrenaline step, or even being able to slipstream and draft. But as with the core game, there are optional modules to make the game easier or harder. I mean, at the most basic, you simply use the Legends the Legends racer cards in this in place of the 10 that are in the core game, and simply ignore all the other extra bits and bobs. So as ever, we got these cards in paper wrapping, so there's not going to be any awkwardness with recycling. Even in the core game, they were using paper wrapping for the cards. So these must be the power cards I've heard about. And there's, as you can see, there are some additional sponsorship cards which are used only in the championships as normal. And another thing I've noticed is that in this particular one, they've remembered to put in the can only be used once symbol, this symbol here. In the Heat Rocky Roads expansion that I did recently, there was actually a misprint and they forgot to put this on the sponsorship cards that were included in that. But that was later confirmed to be a misprint. But luckily, because of the distinctive brown colour of the sponsorship cards, plus it being in the rules of the core game anyway, a lot of people would automatically know that any sponsorship cards can only be used once. So if you're doing, if you're planning on doing championship, you simply shuffle these in with the other sponsorship cards. So that's simple enough. And here's the other one. And here's an example of one of the 36 new Legends cars. Although at the time of writing, I've not looked at the instruction manual that you just momentarily saw, as I've literally only just received this, hence the reason all the cards were in that paper wrapping. My understanding is that if you're playing the additional rules for Legends, like allowing them to be able to slipstream and draft, etc., you'd draw one of the power cards if their particular helmet colour on the Legends card had a star at the top, like the blue and the purple one in this does. And because there are 12 cars catered for in this, and at the time of recording this video, which is 15th of April 2026, there are currently only 9 if you consider the core game and all 3 of the currently available expansions, Heavy Rain, Tunnel Vision and Rocky Roads. We get an idea of what the 3 what colour the 3 cars that are due to appear in future expansions are likely to be, because we don't currently have a brown one, we don't currently have a pink one, and we don't currently have a this light blue / turquoisey colour one. So until such time as even just one of the expansion with any or all of those cars comes out, those will have no effect because those cars simply don't exist yet. But from what I've read, if you simply wanted to just use these in their most basic form, then you literally just follow the Legends rules that you're used to from the existing 10 in the core game, and you ignore the special abilities covered by the power cards and the stars above some helmets, and you just follow usual rules. If the car in question can move the indicated distance past the corner line, it will, and if not, then it will depend on whether or not it's past the particular corner's Legends line or not. So for the first time, it's now possible for the Heat Pedal to the Metal in its current form, if you've got all 3 expansions, for fewer than 3 players to be able to play and have all 9 of the currently available cars in play. Until I received this, that was not possible. And I've also read about rival cards. That's what these must be. As I said, because I've literally only just this moment opened this, I'm not sure how those work at the time of writing, but I do know that one of the optional modules in this is for players to have at least one dedicated rival racer. So I'm presuming that those cards there cater for that. So that, in a nutshell, is the newest expansion for Heat Pedal to the Metal, Heat Legends. I hope you've enjoyed watching this unboxing video, and hope to catch you on another video soon. Texie88 out.